Hello everybody, this is Cecil. I chose the wrong time to start talking. I'll just wait and we'll enjoy this intro together.
We've been descending for a while now. These tunnels are deeper than I thought. What could be down here?
Okay, so it's a pretty short intro. Well, hello, I'm Cecil. I did not want to start a Let's Play because I did not have the proper equipment, but I decided I wanted to be able to look back on my first thoughts about this game, and I was too anxious to start. So here I am, jank and all. Wait, because something caught your attention. Whatever it is, we can plan to look at it on our way back out. Let's continue our descent. She said, screw you, follow me. Thanks. This game already is starting out really trippy. Like, the beginning was like dead silent, everything was black, and it was like doo doo, like a heartbeat sort of thing. Yeah, I'm a little nervy-worby, to say the least. Beneath Hyrule Castle, oh frick, oh dip. And based on what I remember from the trailers and also early theorization, such as the it was like something from one of the early games. I want to say it was like a Game Over soundtrack or something from either the first game or Adventure of Link. I don't know why I'm climbing. This is how I move around in real life. Whenever I start talking, I just start doing weird stuff because I can't focus on more than one thing at a time. Anyway, what I was saying, based on trailers and theories, I have a feeling this is going to be one of the darker Zelda games. But we'll see. Let's just see.
People have been falling ill after coming into contact with the gloom drifting through these caverns.
Oh, dip.
Though here it seems almost misty and not concentrated enough to harm us.
Girl, I live here. I think I know.
We'll keep going. Coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle. We do not know what waits below, so we need to be ready for anything. But I know I'll be okay with you, Link.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot to put on me.
Let's solve this mystery.
I will never get over her voice. I mean, no shame or not dissing the VA. I'm sure she's a lovely woman. But it's just, I don't know, something about having voice acting in Zelda is already kind of, even though it's been like freaking, oh my gosh, it's been 6 years. It's still jarring to me. Also, she kind of reminds me of like a girl, David Nassau from The Last Remnant. No one's gonna get that reference. Can I stop her? I don't wanna go down, please. Please don't make me go down. Oh, I can push her. There's definitely gonna be like some hack the speedrunners are gonna find later on, like, oh, if you push Zelda all the way to the beginning of the castle, not the castle, the cave, you can like glitch through the cave top and like get already to like the boss very ending. I have no idea what the very ending boss is gonna look like because we just started. Okay, that was a weird noise. There's like a clock. Oh my, Fee! I freaking swear that the Master Sword is glowing. Okay, I was like, what, is she not gonna talk about it? But she is. Oh my gosh, I know Fee gets a lot of hate, but I love her to death. I love whenever she sings, even though it's really creepy looking. I don't know, I think her voice is beautiful. Ever since the end of the Calamity, the castle has fallen into neglect. But I never could have imagined anything like these tunnels were hiding here. We must be careful as we move deeper. You got it, girlie. Oh. I was low-key hoping there'd be like a Skyward Strike looking thing. Music is a little trippy. Can I have a torch? I never imagined that all this was all deep beneath Hyrule Castle. Okay, I think I read that weird, but I don't really care. What are we looking at? Oh, it's the Sheikah Eye. These ruins are from an ancient civilization. Wait, something is written here. These ruins might be from the Zonai. Huh? I like these asparagus looking things. Actually, I don't. I just wanted to point them out. Not that I hate them. They're okay, I guess. What you looking at now? These carvings. I'm sure they're Zonai in origin. I've seen designs like these in my studies. The Zonai are said to have lived long ago in the time of the earliest legend. Ooh! I'm just gonna start making monkey note noises in this let's play. Anytime they mention anything that's like remotely related to the original hero, I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't think this is gonna have anything to do with them. And if they do, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed that we don't get to actually be the original hero. But any reference is good enough for me. They possessed godlike powers and had prosperous civilization in the sky. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, my friend Bushy's gonna love this. Many history books tell us about the Zonai, but none give us the full picture. Much is still unknown about them. Oh my gosh, Skyward Sword real? Yeah, me and the aforementioned friend, which I do not know why I just name dropped, but I guess it's not his legal name, so it's fine. Yeah, we were like totally hypothesizing some stuff about Skyward Sword. Yo, these look like oh my gosh, were they the Guardians? My brain is like wanting to completely shut that out. Like, is that not Guardians? Yeah, the Guardians of the Spirit Realm, but not like the Guardians like in Breath of the Wild. Why are they called the same thing? Actually, hey, what you have to say, girly? Is this what the Zonai looked like? Girl, no. They seem so different than us, with such large ears. How did the ruins from a civilization in the sky end up beneath the castle? Because it went down. It fell. It looks like the path ahead goes even deeper. Let's continue, Link. The sprint. Try to catch up with me. Oh my gosh, I have 3. Actually, no. I don't want to speed on this. I kind of want to take a look-see. Oh gosh. Actually, you know what? I don't want to take a look-see anymore. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. Take that. Is she gonna be like, oh my goodness, a bat!
You are not hurt.
It's a couple bats, I'm fine. The silence.
Look
Yo.
at these murals.
Kinda cool. She gonna cry?
The written histories of the royal family include stories of a great war fought long ago. It was a conflict between allied tribes and someone only ever referred to as the Demon King. Is it possible? Do these murals depict the same legend? This is similar to the statues we saw earlier. A Zonai.
So early.
These figures
I'm sorry.
look like Hylians. This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens.
I mean, I can't say duh, because, I mean, it's not her fault she doesn't know.
It is said that my ancestors, the first of Hyrule's royal family, were born from a union with gods who had descended from the heavens.
But there was no
These
people.
murals tell a similar
There's
story.
no people left on the
And if
surface
they are
until they came
accurate,
down,
that the gods mentioned were the Zonai. They
right?
must have forged a relationship with the Hylians of that time, working together to establish the kingdom of Hyrule. This figure, he seems to be stealing something of incredible power from the young kingdom.
It looks like the stone from the forest in Ocarina of Time. I don't remember
And
what it's
then
called.
this, it shows the Demon King. And a fierce battle against him.
The animations
The
are really
creature
good.
depicted here really does represent the Demon King.
He has like 2 teeth. Oh.
Link, this is a huge discovery.
Okay, something's going on like right now. This is just like some nerd stuff happening. You know what? I respect
All
it.
right then.
Like just grabs the. He knows what to do.
I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh,
Technology in My Zelda?
looks like the rest of the murals are obscured.
I would say so. Don't worry, I use a bob-omb.
Just what
Wait,
is
not a
this
bob-omb.
place?
Am I stupid? That's Mario. A bomb flower.
Maybe we'll find more answers further ahead. Link, let's keep moving deeper.
Okay, I no longer have any heebie-jeebies now that I know that nothing is going on right now besides some archaeological discovery. Which, you know what, that was originally going to be the field of study that I went into. I ended up going into anthropology because COVID and stuff happened, so I'm like, I am not trying to do 6 years. Oh, is that water? Yo. I am literally like a squirrel. Anyway. I can't tell you how excited I am. I feel that. The murals out here, they're images for so much of what historians have written about. I think it'd be really funny to, like, have the leader of your kingdom also be a researcher like this. Like, you don't usually think about them having much side hobbies besides, like, playing the piano or something completely, you know, like, unnecessary. If even that. I don't even know how realistic that is, to be honest. I don't know much about, like, medieval era stuff. I honestly pay more attention to, like 500 to 300 BC. And nothing, like, kingdom related. I don't even know how many, like, kingdoms that we think of as kingdoms today were, like, around at that time. Like, not like, I mean, there were, like, well, yeah, because that wasn't even a thing until, like, the Carolingian era, I think. There were civilizations with a monarch of sorts, but it was not at all like how we think of it now. Why am I just... I need to be thinking and talking about the game. I've been waiting for this for years. What am I doing? Yo! It's the thing from the trailer. What is this place? That's a good question. Let's continue, Link. We must be extremely careful. Okay. I love how the option is not yet and not no. No way, girls. Ew. Oh no. Oh, yeah. Ugh. I guess ancient Egypt was kind of... I need to shut up about that. I'm probably, like, totally wrong. I haven't done a history class in so long. It's like a tooth. His wisdom teeth came out of the room. Gosh, I wish that happened to me. Ugh. No me gusta. Oh man, he's freaking dead. Oh gosh. Game over. We waited for this for 6 You're way too loud. Shut up.
What's that? The sword that seals the darkness. The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
Oh.
Zelda. You who carries that fragile sword. A link. Raru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
How do you know our names?
Oh, nuts. I swear if we don't get to see Hyrule again, because it's all, like, destroyed, that'd be such a bummer. That was, like, the one thing that any fan ever asks about. Like, oh, I wish we could explore the restored Hyrule. Oh, dude, it's going back up to the sky. Oh, I knew that! That was in the new trailer. I just forgot about it. Oops. Oh, gosh. I can't tell if he was standing up or laying down. Oh, his arms. Oh, Zelda. Rest in peace. Okay, now you're both dead. What is up with his arm? You know what? I never actually finished Breath of the Wild. I just goofed around so much. I probably should have finished before I played this game. I mean, like, I know the story because I have so many friends who have played it. Like, Zelda is such like a thing that I'm ingrained into. If that's even the word I'm looking for. I've just been in the fandom for a very long time. But I probably could have used a refresher. I think there's a thing on the Nintendo eShop you can watch that's a refresher. Maybe I'll watch that video. But I am going to play a little bit first, because I don't want to stop recording, and I want to keep playing. I wonder if the birds are being picked up by the audio. I guess I'll find out whenever I watch this back. But they're, like, right outside the window. Maybe they like Zelda too. There goes the Mako goo. Man, are we starting this game naked in a bath again? I wonder how his arm got, like, Nero Devil May Cry-ified. It was kind of sick, though. Oh no, we're just straight up naked. No bath this time. Even he doesn't know what's up with his arm. Oh no, I guess that's different than how it was before. But he's still got nails. I thought it was a glove. I guess it... Oh my gosh.
I've heard a great deal about you from Zelda. Your wounds were severe. I am relieved to see you escape death.
Who is this?
Your arm, however, was beyond saving. I had to replace it, lest the injury endanger you further.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I wasn't totally, like, ignoring everything or missing something that, like, just happened. E. I don't know why I always insist on, like, turning around first. Like, there's gonna be literally anything to see here. I guess there's glowing moss. That's kind of cool. Okay, now I think I'm lost. Oh. Examine. Okay, here we go. Oh man, that's so sad. Dude, it's straight up decayed. That's not good. That's very not good. Looks like Swiss cheese. Kids are gonna be saying I got the master sword touch. Well, I know how to do that. I just did that with the bats. Were they expecting me not to kill the bats? Or they just expect me to do it and be like, I have no idea how I did that once I get out of there? I mean, honestly, that's something I would do. A lot of spirals in here. Those remind me of, like, the, I don't know, wasn't there something, like, in the Lanaroo, There's like a clock thing. I need to replay Skyward Sword. I have a New Game Plus thing started, but I just never got around to it for some reason. Like, I think I got to the Skyview Temple again. And this is on the Wii version. That's why, because I have it. My Wii is like barely hanging in there. I guess I have my Wii U, but I don't know. I just force habit go to my Wii. Whoa. I like that moss. It's pretty cool. Can I do anything yet? I can't. I was like, cryonesis, go. Sure is a long hallway. Why was that a button I could... That's so stupid. You can either press the X button to jump like a normal person, and he'll just do it, or you could press A. I guess I'll press A, so he can do it himself. Have a little bit of autonomy. Whoa, that was a humongous splash, dude. 10 out of 10. Oh my good, he doesn't kick it like an idiot this time. Archaic legwear. Good, I'm not naked anymore. I mean, I don't know if that's any less naked, but I guess it helps. Was I supposed to get more clothes? I feel like last time they gave me more clothes. Oh my gosh, Anna's online. I have not heard from her since freshman year of college. Which, to be fair, was only like a year and a half ago, but still. Wait. Dude, it's been 2 years. I feel so old. This is really pretty. Can I look out at it? I can't. I can't do crap, man. I'm never gonna be able to get back up here again and get these pictures. Get pictures of here. I mean, maybe. I guess there's a flying thing now. We can fly. That was a great statement, wasn't it? There's a flying thing where you can fly. Anyway, oh my gosh. I'm glad he has shorts underneath that. Oh, I love the floating ponds. This is so Skyward Sword. Dude, the thing looks like the... not the Night Academy. Was it the Night Academy? No. It's the temple that was on top of the Night Academy. Man. I love Skyward Sword so much! I love to love the games that everybody hates. Skyward Sword, Recoded. That's the only ones I can think of right now, but trust me on this. I want to do like the motion controls to control where he lands, but I can't. I'm a motion control lover. I think it would be funny if I like straight up died. Like I couldn't make it to the surface. Oh my gosh. I think I'm funny. Like it has this beautiful angelic music while the hero is descending from the sky and then he just drowns. Oh, the big worm! Those are back again. Okay. Not gonna lie, I don't really remember their purpose in the original game. Okay, so it's the only menu I can open right now. I want to get high up so I can kind of like take in my surroundings. It looks like there's a giant tower. Whoa, that's an even huger tower. Those are probably really far away. This is really weird and unnatural landscape formations. It's probably not. It's probably stone. I'm just a weirdo. Wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, like you can definitely tell that they like this is quote unquote probably the same. Actually, no, not even like oh the same world, like the same like. Hmm, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The graphics are definitely updated. It's definitely a whole different landscape. I'm sure once I get down to like some sort of surface, there's probably gonna be a lot of stuff that's similar, which makes sense. It's the same world. Um, but it totally makes sense that this game took as long as it did. Honestly, for a while, I was like, why did they only take a year? I mean, Majora's Mask only took a year from Ocarina of Time. Well, this isn't the 90s. So it's, yeah, they did a lot of stuff. I wonder if I can see where I came from. Yep. That's so weird. Like, what is that little thingy? That little uvula hanging down from it. Maybe I came up from one of those. They all have uvulas. Okay, I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go. Honestly, I wish I had recorded me playing Breath of the Wild for the first time. That was a train wreck. I do not know how I survived long enough to make it off the Great Plateau. Because you throw me in an icy area. First off, I was butt naked in an icy area, okay? I had no warm clothes. I didn't know how to cook. In fact, I only learned how to cook recently whenever I was playing. So even though they gave me those spicy peppers, I didn't know how to use them. I was fighting for my life getting to that very first shrine, because that's the first one I went to, was the one we have to like cross the bridge in the snowy area to get to. Yeah, it was rough. I did that multiple times before I finally made it across, just by like cramming food down my throat to like give me back some health. Yeah, it was embarrassing, and I have a feeling this is gonna be embarrassing too, and something I'm never gonna want anyone to ever watch or see ever. But I don't care. I'm doing this for myself at the moment, so it's kind of cool looking. Oh my gosh, I hope there's like a scrapper like friend character in this. Oh my gosh, it's like a lizard thingy. This is so cute. Hello. Link, I've awaited you. Princess Zelda left something for you in my care. What? So she was here? She straight up was just like, peace. This is a Purra pad. I am told this is an invaluable tool that will provide you with direction. The instinct to go skirt afterward like Scrapper. Master Short Pants. This is a Purra pad. With your long blue painted nails. He used to grow out the other ones and paint them blue to match. Okay, so that's how I do that. I received it from Princess Zelda, now I pass it on to you. My records indicate that Princess Zelda is awaiting at the location marked on its map. Great, she is not going to be there whenever I am there. And I'm going to chase her around for the entire game. Where am I? We stand in the Garden of Time. The Temple of Time is visible from here. That does not at all look like... Well, I don't know if they ever said that the one in Breath of the Wild was the Temple of Time, or if that's just what we knew it was, because that's what it kind of looked like. Okay, now it's the only place no one visits. Dude! Okay, yeah, this is definitely a Skyward Sword thing, because that was the swirly business that the Temple of Time was, and then the thingy that goes from, the what did it do? Did you go back in time with it? I don't remember. I think you did, because then you end up seeing Zelda running away with input in the outside one of the temples. I guess I'll examine it. I look like such a loser. Like, I know nothing about Zelda right now because it's been so long since I played anything. Because I felt like, oh, I don't need to replay it. I interact with the fandom enough. I remember everything. I really don't. My memory is like hot garbo. So I'll definitely need to do a lot of refreshing before I come back. Ooh. Zonai charge. But for now, I'm chilling. Apples. Yo. Oops. I did that a lot in Breath of the Wild too. I pressed the wrong button. I must protect myself. Your behavior is a threat. Oh, that's not a threat? Okay. I mean, it's good. Master Sword can't break any more than it's already broken, right? Hi. Hello, you seem to be new here. You intend to use that as a weapon against soldier constructs? I don't know. Soldier constructs are those of us given to strict orders to protect this land. The Zonai who created us directed them to eliminate trespassers. They will consider you a trespasser. You must treat them as a serious threat. Allow me to offer unsolicited advice. Okay, Fee. It is crucial to maintain a proper distance and target. Your opponents swinging haphazardly will not yield results. You may practice targeting on me if you want. Oh, but please do not actually attack. Oh, that's so cute! It's like a little slug. Hi, I'm sorry. Tread carefully around any soldier constructs you see. Your creators gave them strict orders to protect this land. Okay. I get it. I got it. I think it's kind of stupid. I feel like there should be a feature that says, hey, this is literally the hero. Like, stop. Oh, maybe that's what they meant whenever they were talking about the temple all the time. Was that little Dippy down there, not that, swirly thing. Wherever the swirly thing was at. Wow! Is this like straight up the Great Plateau? Like on the other side right now? Oh, there's the swirly thing I thought I was talking about. Okay, the water texture from up here looks like Roblox. Like Roblox water. I mean, I don't know what Roblox looks like these days, but whenever I was a kid, that is 100% what it looked like. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Frogs! I swear I saw a frog. They probably scattered. They're like, oh my gosh, we're freaking gonna die. Will this eventually sink? Oh, hallelujah. That's nice. They could have used more of those in Breath of the Wild. I died a lot by drowning. Oh, there's probably a soldier construct. Well, I'm gonna get some mushrooms. Okay, good. I'm glad that the controls are the same. So I kind of have a little bit of muscle memory. To be fair, it's been a while since I played Breath of the Wild 2. I've been playing literally nothing but Final Fantasy XIV and some other PS4 games. But Pipit started the save file recently, so like, you know, we kind of share that, and as by virtue of being a system. I honestly, I don't even know how far she's made it or what she's been doing. I just know that she has been playing. Kind of walking haphazardly. Whoa, I'm sorry, I got scared and attacked you. I thought you were a soldier. I did not mean to attack you, you innocent little emu. Man, it's bright up in this game. Ooh, I thought I saw a treasure chest or something shiny. Okay, well. I guess I'm gonna just keep going to that. Oh gosh, I don't have a parasol. Help! Calling all besties. Attack. Oh my gosh, they are calling all besties! No! This is not good. Oh gosh, oh frick. Okay, all the besties are gone. I like the stairs that are like so taken over by nature. I like anything that's taken over by nature. I think it's beautiful. I'm probably gonna have to stop playing this soon, because until like a month from now, I'm still gonna be living with my parents, and I cannot handle the shame of telling my parents, yeah, you heard me talking in my bedroom. I'm trying to be a Let's Player. Thank you. I'm a gamer now. I've been a gamer. Ah, I roasted that, but it's yours if you want it. Oh, I had not noticed that you were unfamiliar to me. My apologies. Among my tasks is to explain anything that visitors might require knowledge of. You may have questions about this place. Please rest assured that a construct can answer them. Okay, but you're not answering my question. I recall that your question was about roasting food. I roast the ingredients by placing them beside the fire. I do not eat, but I am given to understand that it improves the taste. What? Why? You're not expecting a human to be here. He just roasts stuff and just like lays it in a line. Me when I'm autistic. Okay, now he's straight up walking away. I thought we were besties. You're welcome to warm yourself by the fire. I encourage you to roast any ingredients you have brought with you. I love these guys. They're so freaking cute. They remind me of Aegis from The Last Remnant. I need to stop bringing up The Last Remnant. No one's played that game ever. I haven't even played that game. I got to like one really sad part. Anybody who's played it knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it's such a hard game. So after that part, I was never able to like actually, I think I got lost in figuring out where to go. But every single time I get on any battle, I am stuck for like months because it's so hard. I'm so bad at the game. So much of it is like RNG based too, or like some insane. You had to be here at this exact moment, this exact part of the game, and like have this thing equipped. Like, how is anybody supposed to know that? Tell me, you know? It's like Tulip. I'll never understand those types of games. Hey, what's poppin'? Hey, you can't have a... That's cheating. I don't have a shield. I don't have anything. I'm naked. Okay, now I have a shield. That's nice. Dude, this reminds me... I don't know why. This reminds me less of actually how the Temple of Time looked. I mean, I guess, like, the figure I'm looking at. But this, like, platform here reminds me of the thing that you go into whenever you're having to fight the whale, the sky whale. I don't know why. Honestly, I forgot that was even part of the game. But, I don't know, something about, like, the stairs that straight up lead off to nowhere, and then these little light things. The music here kind of reminds me of Bruce. It's super quiet. The music in this game is always super faint. And it's kind of groovy. Trust me. Oh my gosh. I miss Cruz. He was such a good character. We need more like side characters, side dude characters in Zelda games. I mean, I love Zelda for its feminism and having so much women. But I don't know, it was nice to have kind of like a goofy, just a goofy dude. Pipit was also cool too. That's actually how our system Pipit got her name. Yo! It's the thingies.
I did not intend to start it.
That's the place!
It was I that spoke to you earlier. That arm originally belonged to me.
Yo!
In London.
Oh, there's gonna be some fan art of this guy later. That's such a cool design!
Forgive me for appearing to you in this manner. Unfortunately, I no longer have a physical form.
I'm sorry for looking like a furry. I can't help it.
In any case, that arm should allow you to open this door. It seems to have lost the power to do so. You might be able to restore it, but you would need to enter a place filled with sacred light. Of course. Why not visit the shrine?
I like that he's like vaguely transparent. That's really cool. Oh, that's the shrines like this time. Okay. Kind of egg-like.
Right. Yes, I'm sure they are the key.
What an outfit. Dude, I want your outfit. Come at me look like that. Gonna make someone act up. I'm so sorry. I need to. This is why I can't record myself. I just say anything sometimes, whether or not I actually mean it. I mean, it is a really cool design. It's a cool design, and that's all I'm saying. And I'm stopping talking now. This is gonna be silent for the rest of the. Whoops! I keep forgetting I don't have a person. Okay, I've got to get some food. Ooh, I like that I can just like easily do that now. Yeah, like why on earth did you need to like equip the arrows? Like that's dumb. Okay, how do I eat it? Oh, why am I dropping it? How do I do anything in this game? Okay. Anyway, yes, this is gonna be silent for the rest of the playthrough. Starting now. Wow, it's so pretty. Yeah, when it gets dark, I'm gonna be so screwed. There's a snake boy again. Oh gosh, I forgot about that. Like, actions have consequences. What happened to all of my stamina? Like, really? Why would you give... I did not need that in the cave. There's no reason for me to have that. So why give it to me just to take it away? Come on, Mr. Nintendo. Don't tease me like that. Honestly, I'm afraid I'm gonna, like, lose where I'm going. I feel like I already have. I think I'll just... Oh! Yo! I know where I'm going! That's so sick. I can't believe that. I mean, I totally knew the shrine was gonna be up here. I'm just gonna go up. Oh my gosh, is that a door? You know what? I think that makes more sense. Oh, I mean, I know that there was, like, a way that we still had to open it in the original, like, Breath of the Wild. But once it's open, I feel like any clown could just kind of... Well, no. Actually, I lied, because there's a circle pad. Never mind. Forget everything that I'm saying. Whoa. That's kind of dope. Oh, it's all gooey. I just walked through the goo. Oh, here's a map of stuff, I guess. That is a weird map. This is a lot better than, like, the ugly black and white thing that Breath of the Wild had going on. Like, I feel like they just, like, forgot until, like, the day of release that they had to do a, like, a loading screen, and they were like, make it black and white. Like, they could have at least put, like, a pretty picture, or did something like this one did. This is the Shrine of Light. Long ago, I filled these places with light that purges evil. I believe this light will restore an ability your right arm has lost. Now then, extend your hand. This is kind of cool. It kind of has, like, an Ico thing going on. Oh my gosh, I'm one of those people who's like, oh my gosh, this is just like Dark Souls. I'm so sorry. It's the autism. My brain just connects things. His pinky ring is higher than the other rings. Ultra hand, yes! It allows you to move objects freely and attach them to other objects. With it, you'll be able to build a great number of things, really anything you can imagine. Receive the blessing from the shrine. I like this better than the old man. No offense to old man everywhere, but I don't know. He was kind of weird. No one is allowed to point out that I just don't find him hot like I do this guy. I wonder if I can grab that. Whoops, that's not the button I meant to do. Yo! I'm gonna, like, straight up make it drop into the... Oh, yay! I like that there's a ladder there, that's nice. A little bit delayed, but okay. I had to pause because I wanted to listen to the music a little bit. Wait, am I throwing it? What does that mean? Oh! Okay, that's actually very helpful, because it was so janky to move things in Breath of the Wild. I guess... I mean, can I attach... Oh! Oh, that's like not how I wanted to attach it. Okay, well, Okay, you just gotta shake them off. I think that's really funny. Yeah, please fall. Thanks. Okay. Yes. Okay, well, oh, frig. Oh, dang. Oh, nuts. Like, okay, the controls are good, but the way you control it is still a little, I don't know, not natural yet. It probably will be later, as long as I don't ever have to do it in a crunch, I think I'll be good. Whoops, did not mean to do that. This is an empty room. Can I grab something to make this a little bit more interesting? Ooh. This is a little weird. Oh! I probably have to put, like, a hook. Oh, see, that's supposed to be, like, the example. Like, do something like this. Okay. Time to start attaching crap. Oh, dang, so I can't... Aha! There we go! Whoops. Oh! Wait. Okay, I don't know. I think that was an accident what I just did. No, okay. Oh, I'm supposed to be pressing R. Dang it. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I mean when I say it's not natural yet. But it will be. Okay, so I'm gonna attach this, like, here. And attach the other one on the other side. Oh, get off! Get away! No. That's not what I mean to do. Oh, here we go. No, wait. Oh gosh. How do we... Oh, okay. Like this. Okay. I wonder if I can do anything with the balls. Whoops. Okay, well, anyway. Okay, I'm gonna lower this down. I'm gonna insert it on the hook. Insert it on the hook. Cool. Ah! Oh no! My invention! Okay, here we go. Yippee! I'm not gonna lie, this makes me feel awesome. Yo! The goddess or something. And then one of those dudes. Maybe not the goddess. Maybe that's supposed to be Zelda? It's not at all how she looked in that game. I think she had front bangs. Yeah, she did. By that game, I mean Skyward Sword. Just to be clear. The egg, the salmonid eggs. I think that's what they're called. Do. Yeah, we get golden balls instead of purple balls. May the blessing of light grant you the strength you seek. Okay, back into their tomb they go. Okay, so this must be like the map just of the overworld. Because it feels like a pretty nakey map, if not. You did very well getting through that shrine, and you've restored an ability. This is wonderful. If you visit and complete 2 more shrines, you should be able to open the door to temple time. Thank goodness it's not like 8 million like it was last time. It was probably like 4. I'm just dramatic. You may want to mark the shrines in the distance with pins. You'll never lose track of where they are. The Pura Pad offers you a very useful scope. It's quite handy. Okay, he just disappears. I wish he had like a CDI Zelda, like freaking boss death animation. Great Sky Island. Bloop. Very cool. Whoops. What's this one I need to press? All of them are right here. I wonder if there's like a limit. This time like there was before. Yeah, 300. Very cool. Oh my gosh! No way! This is huge! Was it this big before? Oh my gosh, no way. I thought this was big. I'm like, wow. They definitely had to like increase the map. I mean, like, not only with the sky rolls, but just like in general. Wow, wow, okay. And it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and this dude is out here in a skirt and no shirt. I am so sorry. I would like to get you a light jacket. As soon as I find one. Oh, I can make a hook thingy like I just did. There's a fire over there. Actually, I think that's where I came from. I think that's where I talked to the very friendly dude. Not gonna lie, I don't really have any sense of anything right now. Maybe I'll put down, well no, I'll just remember it's the only shrine that I have. That's where I've been before. And then I think I want my next stop to be, I want to try to go over in this region because if this is the same layout as Breath of the Wild, I'd kind of like to get to Civilization. You know, like I'll keep following the game until like what it tells me to do for the time being, because obviously I have to. Whoops! Wow. Okay, that was very narrow. I totally could have died because I almost landed on concrete. But yeah, until I get all the abilities. But as soon as I'm done with the abilities, that's where I plan to go. And I do not think I'm going to be able to just straight up climb there. I was just up here. Why are you making me go back? Oh, I guess because I had to do that to open the door, right? Was that the thing? Honestly, I could probably play this for hours, and I don't know how much capacity my laptop has for recording. Like I said, I have 0 equipment at the moment. So I might have to kind of do like this in 2 parts. So I think after I chit chat with this guy, I'm going to see what I'm at time-wise. Maybe record myself, or not record myself, but like do a time. Yeah, I guess record is the right word. Record my time next time. So I know where I'm at and can kind of gauge that. I'd like to have consistently timed episodes too, like relatively within the same time range. not that I'm super picky about uniform. Honestly, at the moment, I have like no life whenever I'm not at work, so I could play for hours at a time, and I have no problem uploading videos on YouTube of that time length. Um, but I don't know. I would like to seem somewhat more professional than I actually am. That door will only open to those with sufficient power. But okay. Alright, so he wasn't going to tell me where I'm supposed to go next. I just have to figure it out and then come back here. This looks so pretty at night. Wow, oh my gosh, the moon. The moon is moving fast. Was that the moon? Oh, the moon's right there. There's a new moon. I think? Honestly, it might just be a very bulbous island. I swear, if it's like the Majora's Mask moon. One fear. It's 3:20 in the morning. I really think it's funny that in games with a time clock, like this game and Final Fantasy 15, they always, I mean, honestly, I think 14 might even have the problem. I don't really remember, which is funny because I play that game too much. But always like at 4 in the morning, like the sky starts coming really orange. That does not happen in real life. I mean, maybe if you're like high up in the mountains, maybe it does. Maybe I'm just like a loser who stays inside all the time. Even though that's not really true. I'm more outdoorsy than like any of my friends by far. But I've always lived in flat places, flat Florida, flat Oklahoma, city, Indiana. I'm just straight up doxing myself right now. Don't mind me. I mean that's like 3 whole states. So if you can find me, I mean that's you kind of deserve it at that point. You deserve to murder me. Because that'd be a lot of research, that'd be a lot of time. I would kind of feel bad if you didn't kill me at that point, if we're honest. Anyway, point is, I usually don't start seeing the sunrise until like 7. So the fact that it starts so early is kind of cuckoo bananas, if I'm being frank. Yeah, so I might, honestly, I'll probably wander around a little bit and then start the next episode at the next shrine. Because I haven't the slightest what I'm doing, and honestly, I could be doing this for hours, and it'd be very boring for me just to be in silence, wandering. I mean, there might be commentary I can make along the way, but I am not sure how far I can stretch it, so we'll just see what happens. I think I'll get to like a nice, pretty place. I honestly should have just ended where I just was, because that was nice. So I'll leave you guys with this beautiful view. Wait, I want to take a picture. Do I have a picture? No! I don't have a picture deal yet. No, I don't have an amiibo. Here, I'll have him be doing this number. With his hands out. Yeah, he's a nakey boy. Going on his nakey adventures. Okay. And this is where I will leave y'all until the next episode. Goodbye.